one credit, you be coming back to me, you be begging for more. And if I give you one credit, you be coming back to me, you be begging for more. For like a man, fuck, baby. You look at your man, get it. I don't be on me, get it. I don't fuck with no.
Happy New Year, beautiful people. Your girl is now accepting new custom-made wig orders, so email me to get your custom-made wig today. Now let's get into this hair, shall we? This is by Mercy's Hair Extensions, and this is her pure, raw Indian curly hair. So yes, honey, this is straight from the donor. This is high-grade, high-quality hair. This should last you a year or longer with proper maintenance. This is the raw line, so this is her raw curly wavy collection. And when I say I love this hair so far, and on top of that, it had no smell from the beginning. No smell. That is amazing. The hair is amazing. The weft is actually constructed very, very well. Let's get into this lace closure. The lace itself is very thin, so when it comes to meshing with your skin tone, it's going to be flawless. And as you see, it's not dense on the hairline area, so you know it's going to give you that nice natural look. Now y'all know I did color these bundles red because it's Valentine's Day, so look. The color is just amazing, and that curl pattern, this is from Mercy's Hair Extensions, and I've actually followed that company for years now. Like, she's into the whole curly hair look, so if you guys are looking for good curly hair, definitely recommend her. But look at that. So she emailed me and sent me 3 bundles of their new curl pattern. I'll have the information right down here because I don't remember what it's called and the details, but she sent me 3 bundles and I colored it red. Obviously it didn't come this color, it was a raw color, and I love this hair. And I deep conditioned it with silicone mix, so it smells absolutely amazing. Yes, oof. Child. The closure didn't come as bright, so I had colored this one and this one with the same color, but I put this in a plastic bag and let it process for like 4 hours, and this one sat out in the open air. Once you put your bundles in a plastic bag, it increases the color and the processing time dramatically. So if you want a nice subtle color, I advise you do not put it in a plastic bag and close it up, because it gives you a red fire hot color. So what's going to happen is, once I make this unit, this closure is going to lay on top of this fire red, and it's going to make it a little bit more subtle to give you a nice subtle look. Now I might go ahead and tone the bottom bundles down later, but as of right now, it's the holiday season, we're going into the new year, so I think this is going to be just fine for now. But it's easy to deposit color and decrease the tones on red hair, so that's nothing. But that curl pattern is gorgeous. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on my next video. Peace. Alright, you guys, so the color of choice today is our Loreal Hicolor. It's going to be in magenta, and you're going to need a 40 volume as well. Along with that, you're going to need a weighing scale or a measuring cup. I specifically got my scale from Target. If you guys followed me before, you know I don't like to measure, so I like the scale. You're going to need a coloring brush, whisk, and bowl, and some gloves to protect those hands from this crazy red color that stains oh so well. So y'all be careful now. So you're going to pour the whole tube of magenta into the bowl, and it should be a 1.2 ounce in amount. Since the tube is 1.2 ounces, you're going to have to double up on the developer. So 1.2 times 2 is 2.4. So you're going to need 2.4 ounces of 30 volume. And my scale measures everything for me. It goes in grams, ounces, and something else, but I have it on the ounces, and it's 2.5, so it's a little bit above, but you really want a 2.4. You're going to mix that in all nice and creamy. Get your foil to cover up your table or tray, and start this color process. Like I said, this color stains, so wherever you decide to color, you have to make sure you do not get it on anything, because when I say that color is not coming out, this color does not bleed like that. This is my first bundle, and I'm just combing it out roughly, and I'm applying it at the ends, and I work my way up. And all you need to do is just saturate the bundles with the color with our 30 volume mixture. So what I do is every bundle gets a tube. So I had 3 tubes for the 3 bundles, an additional tube for the closure, which of course I'll show you later that I use the rest of it back on the bundles because the closure is not that much to finish up the whole tube. I do have a video similar to this, inspired by K. Michelle's Red Hot hair. So if you haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. Like I said, everything you need to know will be in my description box, ladies. So don't ask no questions if you haven't checked that description box yet. So make sure you saturate everything, get in the bundles, and work your way in. I'm making sure to leave my roots black, so you don't have to get the roots. It's not that important, so don't worry about that. Alright, moving on to our second bundle, 30 volume mixture, 1:2 ratio. You guys know how it goes. Mix that in nice and good and do the same thing to your second bundle. These bundles are quite thick, so you may need to get a wide tooth comb to comb through the color if you need to. Did I mention that this hair barely sheds? Like, as you see, my comb has no hair particles on it so far. So the shedding is A1 at the moment, so I'm loving that as well. But keep it in that color until you can't no more, until it's finished. And so now we're doing our third bundle. With the third bundle, I'm going to use 40 volume developer. I just want to give it that extra boost. So I'm mixing it with the same ratio, but just with 40 volume developer and applying that to the bundles. But as you see in my intro, that the 40 volume didn't really make a big difference when it came to the tone of the color. They still came out really, really fire hot red. So whether it's 30 or 40, it's still going to give you that bright color. Moving on to our lace closure. This is my Got To Be Glue Bastic Free Spray. I use that to protect my lace, or I use the gel to protect my lace, either or. It really doesn't matter. If it's like really, really close to the root, I'm going to go ahead and use my gel. But since I'm not really going to touch the roots much, it's just extra precaution, I use the spray. And you just apply it to the ends and you leave the roots black. And you just work your way up. You can use a styrofoam head to attach your lace closure to the head. What? You can use your styrofoam mannequin to attach the lace closure, or you can buy a wax doll on AliExpress. I was giving these away for free at one point, but I have already given them all away. So just purchase a cheap doll head, or no, it's going to be a mannequin head. So when you go on AliExpress, in the description box, put in mannequin head, and it's going to give you these dolls, which probably have synthetic hair because it's like $20. Go ahead and buy one of those and shave their head bald, and you have one of your own as well. And you can put your wigs on there for styling, or color your frontals and lace closures. I mean, these heads are absolutely amazing, and I just prefer them better than the styrofoam head, since you know I do hair like every day and I need something more durable. So just apply the color like I'm doing. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You can see what you got to do. Nothing major. Don't worry about the roots, because you want the roots to be black. And when you're done, it should look something like this. So like I said, I just left this in open air with some foils. The foil belly even stayed on there. And this one, which is our 3 bundles, was thrown into a plastic bag. Now, I told you the lace closure had excess color left excess color left, sorry. So what I did was I applied it to the rest of my bundle. So that 40 volume got applied to the bundles as well. So that's probably why they ended up being that very, very hot, vibrant red, because they all got mixed with the 40 volume also. So maybe you should just go ahead and buy 40 volume and throw the 3 bundles in the bag and let that sit for a while. Now, keep in mind, I left this for 4 hours. Yeah, I let that sit in a bag for 4 hours. If you like the color of the lace closure, leave it on the table. Do not put it in the bag, and you'll get that exact color. I promise you. Just do not put it in the bag. Let it sit for 4 hours in open air. So once the time was up, I conditioned and washed my hair with Shimmer Light shampoo for red hair, and silicone mix conditioner. And this is what they look like wet once done. As you see, the red hair is brighter than the lace closure, and you guys know why. This is a comparison of the color once it was dry. Definitely the bundles took better than the lace closure because we incubated it in the bag. And here are the bundles while they are dry. It's absolutely gorgeous, honey. Definitely ready for the Valentine's Day. Like I said, be sure to, you know, deviate the formula how you want it. If you don't want it to be as bright, then leave it for 45 minutes and not 4 hours. And use 30 volume and leave it out in open air and not put it in the bag. These different techniques will help the hair become brighter or darker. So depending on what you want, you can deviate the formula. I didn't get to show you guys in the beginning of the video, but I wanted to show you before this video ended how well the wefts were constructed. And as you see, I got the color all over the darn bundle. I had so much color left, I just threw it on the bundle, girl. So whether you have black roots or not, you will survive, because the closure is all that's going to be seen once I turn this into a closure. Who is calling? Anywho, before I was rudely interrupted, this is the lace closure, up close and personal. I just love the hairline. Like, once I pluck that and treat it like a frontal and make it look like it's your scalp, honey, it's gonna be looking so good. And then here I want to show you the lace material. It's absolutely it's so thin. So I'm telling you, when I lay this lace closure down, y'all gonna be like, dang, that looks good. So of course, you know I have part 2 of this video. I had to tease y'all a little bit and show y'all a little bit what we got going on part 2. But you see that? Come through, closure, come through. And because y'all have been so loyal and you stayed to the end of this video, I wanted to show you a snippet of what I got going on in part 2. It's a wig, but you can sew it on. So that is a big deal for those who hate wearing your units out in public without it sewn on like a sew-in. This is literally going to be a wig / sew-in, because there are no nets, there's only tracks and the sewing in between you and your unit. So I cannot wait to release that. I got a few alterations I need to do to the actual cap itself, but I wanted to show you guys what I got so far, and we'll progress together.